that button, and according to math, we should be live right now.
Oh
Hello,
my.
everyone. How is it going? Welcome to the show here on the Grim and Perilous YouTube channel. I always say YouTube real weird on purpose, and I tried to say it right, and it just kind of hung up and fucked up. Are you supposed to call it YubTub? And I was trying not to do that, and quit quoting me there.
I'm just saying on purpose. Yeah.
Okay. I do. Like, no, I mean, it was one of the things my oldest kid grew up. They would say something and then I would correct them with the wrong way to say it. And they'd be like, what the fuck? I'm like, that's how they pronounce it in the hinterlands. That's how you should do it.
Okay. I always tend to call it the YouTubes because I think it's clever and funny. But now I feel that it's a really old reference and joke. So now I just feel old again. Yeah, exactly. So I'm trying to not do it anymore.
That's fine. You can use
YouTube.
YubTub? Okay.
YubTub.
We'll see if we can get that trending.
We will. Look, Steven already put it in chat.
Sign trending.
Oh, look at that. Someone else has said it one other time. That's not us.
Yeah, I was thinking Ewoks too.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds very Ewok-y. Anyway, quit distracting me, Steven. We've got shit to do. Welcome, everyone, to the show. We're going to do things a little different because it's my intention to wrap this story today because that's where we're pointing. So we're going to go through and we're going to do plugs. So you are aware of everyone you've watched over these past 4 years. And... and you can go and make sure you see them in their home territories, their natural habitats. So we're going to start off with, we'll just go lollygag. I mean, it's lollygaggers, GMP, Maitreyi, Adam. We're going to start with the lollygaggers. So Jeff, Melissa, Steven, why don't you please tell us about the wonderful place that we can find you?
Okay. So I guess I'll do it. We are, Adventures of Lollygagging. Chuck already said it. You can find us at twitch.tv/the lollygaggers and also on YouTube, just Adventures in Lollygagging. So we have tons and tons of actual plays, all that kind of stuff. Tend to stream on Mondays, Tuesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. And we usually have like a double header about an hour or two after this game. We always are running something. And so that's where you find us.
Very cool. Maitreyi, make words about where people can find you. Oh, what did you do? Did you break it?
She broke the YubTub.
It took me a second. I'm sorry. Zoom just... Yeah. Hi, I'm Maitreyi. Thank you for having me. I have been... Aakshi Ganesh, your slightly dyslexic Jock who is having very inconvenient feelings about Tiffany. And that's who I've been playing. I'm over at Maitreyi Plays Games on YouTube, where I make content about tabletop stuff, multi-system, system agnostic, however you want to frame it. But really about centering play experience rather than mechanics of games. So if that sounds interesting at all, come in and hang out.
For sure. Absolutely. Dan, there's a bus and I'm tossing you under it. Tell us about Defenders of Kobold.
Oh, no. I didn't realize I could be under more buses.
Yeah.
We play games. Sometimes we do all right. Most of the time we just kind of do a thing.
True story. Where?
Sometimes it's here. It's most of the time it's on Twitch.
TV
/Defenders of Kobold.
Somewhere on Twitch. Just go find it. That's half the fun.
Just pull up to Twitch and yell out, where are the Defenders of Kobold? And someone will point you in a
Just
direction.
direct me to your nearest Defenders of Kobolds.
That's it.
Please.
That's it. We're also on YubTub as well. YubTub.com/whatever it is for Defenders of Kobold.
Same thing. You show up here and you just ask for the nearest Defenders of Kobold.
Yeah. Yeah.
YubTub sounds like a lyric from like the Ewok song at the end of Return of the Jedi.
YubTub.
That's what I said.
They say pay us every time somebody watches the movie.
What's that?
I said they pay us every time somebody
They do.
watches the movie
They
because
do.
we made up the word and then they said it in the movie.
Deal with it, George Lucas. You owe me money. Anyway, is
It's
Adam
Disney dollars now. I
Yeah, those are
think,
Disney dollars.
Yeah,
Disney,
yeah.
Right,
you
it's Disney
owe
bucks.
Defenders of Kobold Yub money. As Adam's
Copious amounts.
going,
The previous
shit, Chuck
remarks
is getting us sued.
The previous remarks are not the views of Grim and Perilous Studios.
There it is.
Yeah.
Adam, speaking of Grim and
There it is.
Perilous
That's
Studio,
important.
tell us about the studio.
Well, it's a studio that makes games and makes content for games. But right now we're working on a whole bunch of stuff in the background, and a lot of it has been developed. We're just waiting on art and layout. So just keep an eye on our website, grimandperilous.com. And soon we'll be having a couple of supplements for Zweihander. One is focusing on divine magic. The other is focusing on runic magic. And the other one is a post-apocalyptic setting, which we are dangerously close to being done developing. So I'm very excited about that.
You know what I really think GMP needs to do? Like, it would be really cool if, like, they came out with some game about, like, teenaged angst in the 1990s.
That would be really cool.
That would be super
wouldn't it?
awesome.
Yeah.
What do we call such a game?
I don't know. There's a lot of options. Some of them good. I was thinking, like, if they were to use like a system like Into the Odd, they could call it like Teenage Odyssey or something.
because of the
That-
odd at the
The
beginning.
Odd.
That's
That-
really clever.
You know, that's
Wow.
brilliant.
Yeah.
And I am glad I thought of it. So
Adam and I have
Adam
to
loves a
fight
good
now.
pun, so that's a great pitch.
It really does. It really does.
no. Yeah, hopefully we'll have something on that as well. But that's still kind of in the air. We're pretty much set on it, but
That's right.
yeah, not officially announced yet.
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 Anyway, we don't need to go through character introductions because we've been with these characters for at least 7 years and we know them by name now. And last session, we freed a poor man from a law office who ended up being a huge Trekkie. What was that? His name was... I have no idea.
There's some disagreement over whether it was Anthony or Andrew.
Anthony.
Let's
There's
see what the notes
definitely an AN at the start of it.
So, according to my official notes, it says Anthony, HOA. But
agree.
I would also like to point out that it's my fault that there's conflicting reasons because I did start calling him Andrew.
Didn't you give him the last
Definitely.
name Andrews as well?
He did have
Andrew Andrews. Yeah.
That's probably why I got mixed up. His
Andrews.
name is Anthony Andrews, but I thought it was his middle name is Andrew, so it's Anthony Andrew Andrews.
Chuck, you prep middle names for your characters.
Well,
your
don't
PCs?
you?
I don't. I sometimes don't even prep a last name. Oh my goodness.
In actuality, I don't prep any names. I just look at things around my desk and usually it makes sense. Anyway,
Johnny
But
Stapler.
missed opportunity for Andrew, Andrews, Andrewed. You know, all tenses of Andrew.
oh yeah, that would have been good. That would have been good.
What's that character's name? Oh yeah, Hydro Flask. Yeah, that's it.
That's
Hatched chili cheese and flavored peanuts.
Now we're just learning about what you all have on your desk. Oh my gosh. Anyway, things went kind of weird and sideways when you were freeing him because there's a little bit of convincing that needed to happen. And you finally convinced him, but also it came out that the Homeowners Association was secretly being ran by Romulans who started attacking the party, and you all escaped through an emergency hatch. And then Anthony/Andrew beamed away, saved. You all then made your way through the hedges, ready to go talk to the Goblin Queen, but you ended up in a shop ran by the salesman who really tried hard to convince you of some things. Anyone want to remind me of those things?
Tried to bribe us to stay.
Yeah, I did. That jerk.
He offered me DuckTales 2, which wasn't even out yet.
Mm-hmm.
What a jerk. It's probably a
then-
knockoff anyways.
Basically, there's different, like, I guess, like, generationally, there's groups of kids or people that essentially kind of control somehow this whole hedgerow universe, and we are like the new potential like iteration of that. Something like that. Is that right?
That sounds right.
Like if we leave, the place blows up or something.
He bribed us with power.
Yeah, man. He like offered.
Yeah.
He offered me a Carl Thompson bass, man. That's like the one that Les Claypool uses.
Yeah.
Why did we
He
say
offered
no
me one of
again?
those.
Because all Tiffany got was a new diary. Like, Chris is getting this badass
It is.
bass.
It's very
You're getting
unbalanced.
DuckTales 2 that isn't out. And then Tiffany just gets something that was picked up at Target earlier this afternoon.
Yeah.
Like, I don't.
So Tiffany's blowing up the deal for everyone.
Should have gone stronger with that negotiation.
Yeah.
I was getting that calculator
Why didn't
watch.
you offer her Ethan Hawke?
Yeah, should have offered her a rocket
I know,
launcher.
right? Like, here's Ethan Hawke, shrink wrap for you. Just start unpacking him. Nice. Oh, God.
Oh,
Circa
that's-
1992 as well.
That's fantastic. Anyway, so you all declined and left the shop, finding yourselves exiting the rows again, looking upon the cornfield. You know, somewhere at the back of this cornfield is, in fact, the cave that the Goblin Queen dwells in. Then I guess we're ready to get in on this. Anyone got anything before we get started? No? Let's go ahead. Just for no particular reason at all. It doesn't have any bearing on anything. Everyone, please go ahead and just everyone give me an investigate test.
I assume that we'll still have all of our luck and conditions spent still, or would we have recovered anything?
I'll say no, just so I can make things more difficult on you for the final session.
Oh, good. I'm gonna be useless. I have 4 conditions and no luck.
Two
Damn, you are so
successes.
close to dying.
Two conditions.
Yeah.
Serious?
I-
Wow.
My character's pride is when the shit hits the fan, I don't back down. So I pushed basically everything
I
last
love
second.
Can
it.
we
I love it.
rewind like 30 seconds and say, yes, there's something else we wanted to do, and try to have a scene where we can.
I will allow it. I will allow it.
Amazing. Amazing.
This is a test for things that haven't happened yet, so it's fine. So yeah, you all break through the cornrows, the hedgerows. You find yourself at the edge of the cornfield. You know where, God, what's her face? Sarah's little cottage is. And yeah, you make your way to Sarah's cottage to give yourselves a few moments to recuperate, recover, gather yourselves. And I'll let you all take this time to take any scenes that you need to take.
Any
I need
scenes?
all the scenes.
I'm good for conditions, so
I mean-
someone else go.
I think
Yeah,
we're a decade or two early for scene stuff.
You know what? Rocks fall, cabin explodes.
That's fair. It's been a good run, everyone.
It's been a great run.
Yeah,
Yeah,
good finale.
well,
good finale.
Good game. Not expecting, twist at the end there. Unexpected.
All right. So Tiffany, as she is moving into this notion of therapy and mindfulness, will pull aside Gilbert at this point, and will attempt to sort of calm him down a little bit, because if you have all conditions, you are upset, scared, and exhausted. So
And
Tiffany will
injured.
say, oh my God. I don't know if Tiffany can really do anything about that. You probably don't want her
that's
trying
fine.
to heal your physical ailments. She'll probably just make that worse.
Just take some paper and slap it on me.
Yeah, so Tiffany will just be like, oh my God, Gilbert, it's okay. You're going to be okay. We're so close. Just hang on a little bit longer, and then we're going to get out. You're going to see your family. You're going to see all your other friends, and everything's going to be fine if you can just hang out just a little bit longer, okay? Like, don't
Those
worry.
Romulans were tough.
Romulans, like, they're tough, sure, but it's not like they ever win. Like, they only show up every now and then they're gone again. You know, it's a good thing they weren't like old school Klingons. I mean, they were some badasses. Like, Romulans are just like, oh, you're paranoid and angry, big deal. So is my freaking uncle, but I don't care. Anyhow, you're gonna be fine. Okay, so just settle down, take a deep breath. We can rest here for a few minutes, and then when you're ready, we can push forward.
Man, you know
I
a
need
lot
a
about
chocolate chip
Star
cookie.
Trek.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I watch a little Star Trek. Okay, like
Yeah.
I got
Cool.
a really crappy TV in my room because I don't like going out into my house because then I have to see my parents and it's just not a pretty sight. And the TV only has like an antenna and I get what I get. And one of the things I get is like Star Trek. It's in syndication on some like, you know, local stations. And it's kind of fun, you know. I mean, it was sort of progressive for its time, you know, it's pretty cool. Uhura was pretty badass and everything. So, you know, it is what it
I
is.
read books. No TV.
I mean, I've thought about reading books and I do for like school and whatnot, but I don't know. It's just, I get sleepy whenever I do.
True.
So anyhow, I'm trying to help Gilbert with some of his conditions there.
Okay. I'll allow it. Of course, I am trying to remember how that rule works. Do you remember?
Sure.
I just get rid of them all.
I can't remember if there's a role involved or if it's
That's
just
what I'm trying to figure out.
happens.
It's
Yeah, I don't know if it's
I don't
like
think there's
a
a
scene
role.
to a condition. I think it's go 1-to-1. I didn't think there was a rule.
Yeah. And normally it's with like your anchor or something like that, but because we're in the hedgerows, you said we can do it with anyone.
yeah. Same way as using an anchor. So let's look up what an anchor does. We've been playing this game for 12 years now. You think we'd figure out how it works?
It's under
I
the
like how
hideout stuff.
gets-
So
gets
basically, just two or
longer
more
and
kids
longer.
have to be present physically or mentally close to each other, hugging, telling secrets or stories to comfort.
Okay. Well, it
And
says
everything
one or
gets
more
clean?
Conditions. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Spend a scene with your anchor and you heal all conditions.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
So I will say that
You write Band-Aid on a piece of paper and slap it on me and the injury's gone too.
yeah.
I take Trevor's knife, I light, you know, some fire on it, and then I put it against wherever you've got your cut. And I say, chick stick scars, you're gonna be fine. And then and then Keanu Reeves quotes me years later.
That's right. That's right.
Right. Now Keanu Reeves owes us money. Like
Actually, people's
We
are
got Gene
hearts.
Roddenberry.
uh-huh.
We could watch Disney and Keanu.
That's it. We're going up in the world. Of course, I don't know. Adam did state in the chat there that he would take an alternate to the Roddenberry bucks.
Yeah.
Quote, what?
He doesn't want that on recording.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
so
Stacy is going to go over to Aakshi. Stacy was injured last time, and I don't remember what it was, but I'm going to say she like sprained her wrist or something. So Stacy's going to go over to Aakshi. I'm just gonna be like, Aakshi, you play sports, right?
You know
So
what?
you probably
what
like
happened?
you probably like hurt your wrists and ankles and stuff all the time, right?
Yeah, they're. I don't know. They don't get hurt as bad as much anymore. But yeah. And then she looks kind of uncomfortable.
Yeah, I don't
Maybe a
remember
little
what
reckless.
I did, but mine hurts a lot, and like I can't really draw because when I try to
Oh.
draw, like it hurts, and I
Like
thought maybe you
wrist
might be able
hurts?
to help.
And she'll sort of very gently take whatever hand is being offered, and like, okay, just tell me where, okay, and like really gently putting
Ow,
pressure.
ow, ow, there.
Okay. Okay. And without like even really thinking about it, she reaches down and tears off a piece of her t-shirt, and she's like, all right, it's gonna hurt, but it's gonna feel better when I'm done. And
I mean,
she
it
starts-
hurts your shirt, but how is that going to hurt me?
It's gonna hurt you, but it's okay.
Promise.
If you need to yell, you can yell. It's fine. And she starts rapping.
No, I'm a
and
big
it
girl. I won't
fucking
yell.
hurts. It hurts. So you could decide if Stacy yells or not.
She's
But
just like
it-
biting her lip.
a few seconds later, there's a wrap of some fashion that around your hand and around your wrist that's kind of keeping it steady in a way that it wasn't before. Like
That really did hurt.
it's gonna feel so much better in a bit.
Okay. Thank you. You
Okay.
did. If it does feel better. It does. You're brave to go do sports and get hurt like that all the time. You just
Get
like when
into
I
a lot of fights. And again, she looks a little uncomfortable.
Thank you.
Admitting her bad behavior.
So, Stacy and Aakshi, the two of you get to recover any conditions, leaving
I
us.
don't have any, but Stacy, please. You said you had one?
I had upset and injured.
Awesome.
Thank you.
So,
Trent had exhausted, and looking back, I can't remember maybe more than one time Trent has talked to Gilbert. So I'd like to think that he like went over to talk to Gilbert, but then Tiffany came over at the same time, and he was just like huffing and puffing in the background because he's so exhausted from running, and he like was going to say something, but he was just too out of breath. It's like he was there for the whole scene, but he just never actually found his breath to say something.
Just like you got like a hand up, like 1 minute.
okay.
He sees Tiffany pull the blade out, light it on fire, and essentially like brand Gilbert. Maybe hold off saying anything, alerting us to your
I'm good.
presence.
I'm good. I'm not hurt.
Oh my god!
Actually,
do you
never
need-
mind.
I can. Do you want me to help you too? Like it works. Like seriously, I saw it on TV once.
Oh, it's just really warm. Really warm. I'm good.
Okay,
Hey, buddy, I got something to show you. As he pulls out his bass guitar, and a lot of like Game Boy and Nintendo stuff like has 3 notes at most, and so you can play a lot of that stuff on a bass because there's 4 strings. So he plays like one of the NES DuckTales songs on the bass for him and shows him that, and he's like, "Hey, what do you think of that? I used to play that all the time."
That's like really cool. I would sing along, but
No, man,
Yeah.
just chill out, relax, man. Like, close your eyes and imagine.
DuckTales.
Yeah,
Woo!
Ooh.
yeah.
All right. All conditions have been recovered. Now what?
I mean,
You asked us to roll investigation, right?
Yeah.
So
you
we
did.
asked someone to direct us to the nearest goblin queen cave.
I mean, you're in Sarah's old empty cabin at this point. So,
all right.
yeah.
I got 2 successes on my investigation, if that's still relevant.
Still relevant. Not yet, though.
Okay.
I mean, I guess we leave this cabin. That's the first step.
Right? Didn't the
we'll-
goblins like Chris tell us about like that back entrance? Remember when like we were interrogating them and they gave me like their toenail, like oh god, their toenail clippings. They said there was
Yeah.
like the back entrance to the cave, right?
Yeah, they did.
Like in a stump or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm making the stump part up, but I definitely remember a back entrance.
I don't know, man. Like, I remember them talking about it, but like details on it, I'm stumped.
Tiffany, you're spot on there.
Did you just say you're stumped?
Yeah.
Okay, that was kind of funny.
Thanks.
She doesn't laugh. She says it's kind of funny. Very important distinction.
Okay. So yeah, the goblins gave you the stump. They gave you instructions enough that you can start heading that direction. As you all leave the cabin, start cutting your way through the the corn rows in the best of your ability. Now, Aakshi, you did roll an investigate test and you did get the most successes. As you're all
That
walking,
doesn't sound right.
you got 2. You did good.
No, I'm just saying I roll like shit. So that does not sound
Because
right.
you didn't have any conditions and everybody else
there
had
we go.
conditions at the time of the
Yeah.
roll.
That makes sense. That makes more sense.
So yeah, actually you're kind of leading, pushing your way through. As you notice that every now and then you see some of the, the leaves on these corn stalks just give a little vibrate, little slight jiggle, and still, and you notice it. You're like, maybe you're just pushing through, maybe it's some wind, you're not sure. But as you're going along, eventually you feel like through your feet from the ground, like a little vibration, and then another one. And then you can kind of like almost hear somewhere in the distance this boom, boom. And it starts kind of picking up in speed. Just boom, boom, boom. And I'll let you, that's our scene. I'll let you share that information or not, or decide what you're going to do. I turn it back
I
over.
do. I do share that.
Yeah.
with that
And
ready.
once Aakshi points that out, you're all very familiar. You can see you can feel it. You can kind of hear it. You can see the leaves of the corn stalks kind of shake a little bit with these as well.
Oh, man, it's like when that water shook in Jurassic Park.
I was trying not to use that as my descriptor, but I'm like, if I were to say that, everyone would get it.
Now we got
At least
some
everyone
Steven
here.
Spielberg money.
Yes!
Man,
That's
we're making
right.
So
So
much
rich.
bank today. It's ridiculous.
So Stacy is going to frantically pull out her drawing pad and see if she can find an image of something that might make a sound like this.
Oh, I like that. That's very good. If I remember correctly, that is a contact test. So if you want to go ahead and roll that.
That is one success.
You start flipping through, and eventually you find a picture of yours in the, like almost like a, not quite like an aerial picture, but kind of, like that tilted kind of third person of the cornfield. You can see a small group of people, presumably yourself. There's 6 of them there. There's 6 of you. And you can see kind of like moving in a line straight towards all of you in this picture what looks like a large silver bear with 6 arms, frothing at the mouth, coming, like heading towards all of you, or the picture, the group of people you see in the picture.
Is that the same thing?
Guys.
I was gonna ask who's the same one.
Is that the same thing Tiffany saw on the bus at the very beginning of this?
Yes.
It's the bear.
Oh my god. Oh my god. What does this mean?
I don't
Maybe it
know,
means
but
we
it's
can go
big.
home.
Boom.
We got any more of those goblin berries?
Should we run or hold extremely still?
What do
Think
you
you're
do
not
with
supposed
bears?
to run with bears?
I think you're supposed to get big, right?
Yeah. Oh my god, Trent.
So
let me
we
get on
gotta,
your
like-
shoulders. So
Okay,
she tries
let's
to climb
get
onto your
big.
shoulders.
Make a Shiba.
do a cheerleading tier thing.
Nice.
Oh, she gets big and
There's also a Venture Brothers reference in there, so we can get some money from them
Oh,
too.
it was. Mega Shiba was a Venture Brothers reference. So we've
We are
got that
not
Cartoon
gonna have to
Network money
stream.
now.
We are not going to have
Yeah.
to stream anymore.
We're not. We're going to be
able
so
retire.
rich on royalties.
So good.
That's right.
So Tiffany, as you climb up onto Trent's shoulders, yeah, you can see it lumbering towards all of you at a uncomfortably fast rate. This huge metallic
Oh God.
bear. And the picture sadly doesn't have enough arms, but this thing's frothing at the mouth, looks angry, glowing red eyes, charging towards all of you. What do you want to do?
Oh God. That's
Trent
terrifying.
would start running away.
I know.
With Tiffany on his shoulder.
I know. Oh God. right.
Akshi's getting at her hug stick and standing her ground, and because I'm not chicken.
Tiffany seeing Aakshi not do that will, like, getting ready to go with Trent, will scream out stupidly, "Stop it right there. You stop right there." It's like she screams out at this thing to tell it to stop, like it's a freaking dog coming towards it.
Lead test. This is going to be difficult.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Okay.
Trent is
Okay.
already
Do
turning
it.
to run with Tiffany on his
Is there
shoulder.
any assistance
This is
that is
literally my
being provided
best
by
roll.
either Trent or Aakshi to Tiffany?
How would you do that? Explain to me how you are assisting.
I would like to think that and Jeff just said that it's seeing Aakshi that made Tiffany want to do this. So I would like to think there's an emotional aspiration that's happening.
The two of you reassure each other, steal each other's nerves.
Yes.
Sure. You can go ahead and
Thank you.
take a
And-
bonus
and-
die, Tiffany.
Thank you.
Okay.
And I'll tell you what, you are up on Trent's shoulders, making yourself look big. Take a bonus die from Trent as well.
Okay.
Woohoo.
So the good news is that this is literally my best roll in game.
Amazing.
As I know this is hard to believe, but Tiffany has a max of 5 in heart and 3 in lead.
Nice.
And so with the 2
I
bonuses,
That's
love
10
that.
dice.
she's up
That's
to
a lot
2.
of die.
Hell yes.
It's just the cold, icy exterior. Once you get past that, you realize she's extraordinarily sensitive, and it's just been a defense mechanism because she's grown up in a very unloving family. Okay, so here we go. 5
Holy
successes. Was that
holy
enough?
roll.
Crap. That. I wanted 2 and you gave me 5.
Can I climb atop its shoulders now and we just leave that?
That would be
Right.
fantastic. It stops dead in its tracks and it's just looking at you. And this, you see its jaw kind of unhinged, drop open. And this metallic, kind of robotic voice just kind of bellows out, very high pitched. Do not go.
Tiffany will look panicked at everybody. Ike.
You put us here, Bear.
To like,
Why? Why did you put
That-
us here?
Why shouldn't we go?
You belong to me. And it starts
No, we
moving
don't.
forward a little bit.
We're
He
people.
works for the shopkeeper. It's the only way. Conspiracy.
Conspiracy.
we don't belong to anybody. I don't care how big and ugly and scary you look. We're people and we are ourselves. Now get out of our way right now and we won't hurt you. She says, and Trent, you can feel her legs shaking like crazy on your shoulders
Terrified.
right now.
Trent is shaking underneath you, so we're about to topple.
Drops down onto all 6 from its kind of standing position. And it's not charging, but it is slowly moving forward. It kind of gives a swipe and clears a huge path of corn. So that way there's this kind of like clearing between all of you. Stay.
I don't know if I could work this in here, but would I be able to like try and analytically look at the way it's moving and see if there's some way we could take advantage of it?
Why not?
Trying
Give
to
me a
use
tinker
my
test.
tech skills.
Yeah, give me
it's
that
like
test, man.
it's so hard to work these in.
Yeah.
I use my calculator.
Go for it. If only you
doing
would have taken the
math.
deal, you would have had a really cool watch calculator.
That's fine. Then none of this would matter. So
True.
only one success. Maybe I will go ahead and push it because we're scared. I got to 2 successes.
You were on 2
Not worth it.
successes. You're looking and you can see that this thing is large, but it's looks like it's really designed to bear a lot of weight on those back 2 legs. And it looks like it doesn't have a lot of articulation. So it's probably extremely strong, but all in all, it may not be super fast. And also it's probably not very maneuverable. And if you were to get something in some of those leg joints, it may lock it up entirely.
There we go, everybody. No straight lines. There are something in his legs.
Tiffany really wishes she had the grenade that she blew the Romulans up with now.
That would,
Yeah, that would have been
Made a
that would have been
difference.
great.
Hey,
Can I use the hockey stick to hook in that illegal hockey maneuver, which is the only thing my
I-
crew knows about hockey?
you're going to have to close
That is
in.
what it's called, though.
I will allow
There we
it,
go. Okay.
but it is going to be an opposed
Got
test.
this.
Okay. What am
I
I
have to make sure to
rolling?
circle around.
You're going to be rolling force.
Okay.
The bear got 3 successes and a force test, so you need to beat 3 successes. And you do have this information from Gilbert, so you'll be able to take a bonus die on this from him. You're using your hockey stick, so that'll give you a bonus.
Is Gilbert just yelling, "Sweep the leg"?
What are you yelling, Gilbert? That's
I
Dan.
got 3 successes. So you said you were looking for 3 or 4. I'm sorry, I didn't catch.
You needed to beat 3. Now, I'll tell you it's a tie. So nothing bad is going to happen in either direction.
Can I push?
Absolutely, you can.
Okay. Oh, good. Now I'm rolling like it makes sense. I failed.
Yeah. Do you have any luck?
Yes, I do.
Can use a point of luck to re-roll,
Yes.
right? Or is it a
Yes.
push? I think
Is
it's
it a
re-roll.
reroll or a push? Okay.
I mean, it's the same result, really. If you just push it again, right?
I mean,
Well,
push. You have to take a condition though. So
yeah.
Right.
So what? I guess we're
Uh-huh.
asking if she spends a point of luck, it counts as an additional push or it counts as a full
it
reroll.
says quoting re-roll dice. You get a chance to re-roll dice.
So
it
what
doesn't-
my reroll is 2 successes. So either way, it's a fail.
Okay.
So I was a 3
Roll-
success on my first roll
Roll
and 2 on
8
the
dice
second.
for me.
8 of what dice?
D6s.
D100s.
That's how much
Don't
damage
you roll
the
over a
entire
6?
party takes.
8 dice.
So be /R
Okay.
space 8d6.
I just opened a different tab if that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
23.
How many 6s do you got there?
2.
So I'm going to say the spending the luck re-rolled your 8d6, netting you another 2 points. You've beaten his 3. You run over.
Chuck, you are a generous god.
And you, right where Gilbert pointed it out, you jam your hockey stick in there. And you can see it tries to take a step forward, but its whole leg just locks and it stumbles and it kind of falls onto the ground. Now, this does give you all the perfect opportunity to run. Doing so would be abandoning your hockey stick.
If everyone can run, then I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
All we got to do is save the Goblin Queen, right?
Tiffany, hold on.
Are we
Go,
running or are we
mush.
fighting?
Go, go, go!
Yeah,
Run,
Stacy,
Trent.
as you're asking that question, you see everyone else starting to run.
Okay.
Hitting me.
Wait for me.
Only after everybody is out and running, we'll actually bring up the rear and leave the hockey stick behind.
Okay.
So Chris is going to go off into the cornrows, making
Yeah.
it look like he's running away. Then he's going to circle back around when nobody can see him.
I saw that look on Adam's face, and I'm like, I bet he's going to turn back around. Okay. So the rest of you are now running through the cornfields. Chris, you kind of duck off to the side. Everyone else, you feel confident that they're away. You can still see Tiffany in the distance, bobbing above the height of the corn, riding on Trent's shoulders. And then you hear it. You hear the crack of the hockey stick. And you see this thing slowly picking itself up off the ground. What do you do there, Chris?
Where did it break? Did it break where it was like taped up?
It would have broken, I don't know the parts of a hockey stick, but the slappy part.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
Technical.
So it's
Technical term?
pretty much.
Does the
Too late
NHL
for the
owe us
stick.
money now?
I mean, if they had any.
Oh, that's fair.
Sorry. Random NHL shot. Gary Bettman's really just took a stray.
Okay.
So it's too late for the stick, right?
The stick is cracked. I mean,
Yeah.
you could recover what's
the stick-
left.
Right.
But
There's still a
So-
sticky part of the hockey stick, not the
Right.
slappy part of the hockey stick.
But where is the bear starting to get? What's the bear starting to do now?
it's standing up and it's facing in the direction. It's actually watching. You can see its head kind of tracking Tiffany above the level of the corn.
Mm-hmm. So it's not moving at all.
It's standing up. It hasn't started forward movement yet.
All right, I'm going to try and sneak to where I think it's going to move through,
Okay.
so that I can be beside it as it walks past.
Give me a sneak test. Do you want to push that?
Yep.
You pull a success. What condition did you take?
I am going to take scared because that
It fits.
seems really appropriate.
So you're judging where it's looking, how it's starting to like move forward, and you kind of duck down and you're hiding as it stands up and just lumbering, and you can hear it in that metallic voice, just stop. And it starts kind of like, you can see it moving past. You can see an arm swing past. It's moving. It still hasn't picked up speed. You can still tell that its leg is giving its trouble where that hockey stick was jammed in.
Mm-hmm. So now I'm going to try and take the cord from my base that goes
Okay.
to the practice amp
Sure.
and lay it down on the ground so that it curves among its natural curve line. And then when he steps up, I'm going to take both ends and pull it up so that it works into the joints of the bear.
Yeah. Give me a calculate test. You got a single die on that one. Do you want to try to push that or no?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
This is a terrible idea.
You are going to take the injured condition from this.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't pass. As you pull the cord up and it pulls taut and this thing's just strength lurches you forward. and it kind of like swivels on its hips and it looks down, and just with this huge metallic bear paw, it just slaps you as you go flying like 10 feet. You've got this huge gash in your chest, and you've taken the injured condition. As it turns now with its focus entirely on you, and it starts lumbering in your direction.
All right. What's it going to be? As I stand my ground to it.
You see its big, meaty paw raise up in the air, where it's got these big claws, like straight up like some Wolverine shit. Like these claws on the tips of its fingers just extend. Marvel owes us money. That's still Disney. Disney owes us money twice. As these fingers,
First Marvel and then Disney eventually.
Yes. Extend out to these long spear-like razor points, and it's holding it up. You will stay one way or the other. As this spiked hand's coming right down at you. Is there anything you want to do?
Yeah, as it's doing that, I'm going to take the back end of the base.
You fully coolie that thing?
I'm going to jam it into the shoulder
into the
socket,
shoulder. Okay, give me a force
so
test.
that it can't come down all the way.
Give me a force test. 2 successes. You take your guitar and you jam it up in there, and it kind of crunches down. You can hear the cracking of your bass's body, but it stops these claws from getting you. And then you hear a small voice. Run, kid! And boom! And you look, and you see none other than little Remy there with this little shotgun. And he just shot this thing in the side of the face, and it tore off scraps of metal. You can see flesh interconnected with, bits of like technology inside of this thing's head. As Remy goes, I got it. Go.
All right. So I'm going to, because the base is starting to shatter now, right?
It's cracking, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to take that moment to nod at Remy for a little bit and say, thanks for buying us extra time. And
You got it.
I'm going to run off.
Okay. As you're running off, you hear another shot, another screech of metal as this bear takes another injury. As the rest of you are running along, and eventually you come to this small clearing with this large stump in the middle of it. And you can see on the top of the stump, there's like a little ladder poking out of the top. You kind of stop, collect yourselves for a moment, and you realize that Chris is nowhere to be seen. And that's when you hear the first gunshot.
Where the hell's Chris?
I don't know, where
If
did he go? I
Tiffany-
thought he was running.
If Tiffany's still atop Trent, can she take a look and see, since she's a little bit higher, if she can see any sign of him?
Yeah, so you'll automatically get some information. I would like you to go ahead and give me an investigate test.
Gotcha.
One
All right,
success.
one success.
It's good. So first thing you see is that the bear is now facing kind of the opposite direction of you. And as you're kind of up, you can see kind of disturbance in the corn moving towards you. And every now and then you just catch a glimpse of the top of Chris's head. He's now moving your direction. And then you hear the second gunshot and you see the bear stagger back a few feet.
So she'll shout out, there he is. He's coming. He's right there. He's right there. And like the
Who's
whatever
shooting?
like vector. I can't see. I don't know. It's not
Is somebody
Chris though. He's
shooting
right
at
there. I can
him?
see his head. No, they're shooting at the bear.
Oh, good.
Chris, you come erupting out of the corn into this clearing.
Oh, Snoochie fucking boochies,
You all
man.
see
She
this huge
launches
gash
herself
on him.
at him. Like, what the hell? And then, like, angrily kind of holds, like, what did you do?
It's nothing, man. Let's go.
What the hell's your base?
It's where it needs to be. Let's go. Come on. We got to finish this.
And it's very obvious this huge injured, gash across Chris's chest as well.
Chris, what the hell?
Just thought if that thing would have caught all of us, we'd all be dead. I'd rather, if it was going to be anybody, it was going to be me. Because I'm the
But it
oldest.
didn't. Akshi's too angry to even like say words right now. And kind
Who's
of
shooting at it?
Oh, Remy.
Remy has a gun?
Yeah. Hey, we should go.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Who's heading down the ladder in the stump first?
Akshi is angry and sullenly leading everybody out.
Angrily stomping down the
Yeah,
ladder.
Yeah.
pretty
Breaking the
much.
rung, each rung every time. Stomp.
As you kind of clear, like you go maybe 10 to 15 feet down and you're through the stump and it's now like packed earth. Another 10 to 15 feet down this ladder and it turns into rock. And then it eventually opens up into this huge cave complex. And you can see a little ways in, there's like a cave within the cave. And you can see the opening with some lights on the inside. And you can see two small kind of humanoid creatures, definitely have the silhouettes of goblins, just kind of hanging out in front, like tossing some rocks into the water, just doing their thing down there. And eventually you all make it down this ladder. And you're now a little ways off. You got a small, shallow thing of water to cross through to get up to them. What do you got?
If there's no reason not to cross over to them.
No, it looked shallow enough. I mean, okay. So yeah, y'all just start heading across. As you all kind of get into the water, it's going to be a little bit of splashing noise. And these two goblins kind of stop and they're just kind of watching. You all get closer, and eventually it becomes very clear that these are the goblin versions of Ahmad and Eliza. And they kind of like, they're watching you. You've come to the wrong place. You've got to go. You're not ready.
Oh, the fact you said that tells us that we're at the right place.
That's not how any of this works. It's goblins only.
We're exactly where we're supposed to be.
But you're not goblins.
The Corn told us so.
You're not really goblins either. You're just sort of like pretending to be. So why are you here?
Because we're goblins.
Not really. Here,
You're like-
eat one of these. We still have some of those pale berries, right?
Oh, shit. Yes, you do.
Here, eat some of
Tiffany,
these.
People in goblin suits.
How are you selling this in? Like, what kind of test do you want to roll to see if they eat these? I mean, I'm thinking like charm or lead.
I'll do lead.
Okay.
I'll do lead.
Yeah. So you just
Tiffany's not intentionally charming. So she's a little more bossy. So lead makes sense.
A little more taunting.
Just a little bit. Like, eat these or else. It's good for you. 2 successes.
one for each of them. They each, oh, we are hungry. All we've had to eat today are fish and some Skittles and a few rocks. And they grab each a berry and they toss it in and just poof. Ahmad and Eliza. Oh, why are we down here? Where's Miss Jeffries?
We were going to ask you that.
Oh, she's in the cave. Come on, let's go. And they both just turn and run into the cave.
Oh. Well, there in hurry.
That
Wait for
brother and
us.
sister we're looking for?
These are the twins that you're looking for, yeah.
Okay.
Tiffany will climb down off of Trent at this point.
You made Trent carry
Still
you
on me
down the
for
ladder.
I feel like Trent wanted to do this. So. And there's the water. And
Yeah, that's fair.
It's very heroic.
So, yeah, as you're all moving into this cave, like the walls are painted. All these different scenes from around the hedgerows, the different locations. Nothing really jumps out other than the fact that someone who's seen all these places has painted these things. And yeah, it's kind of hard to keep up with these two because they're just dead sprint into the cave. You follow in, and eventually it opens up into this very large kind of central chamber. It's kind of crude wooden furniture, and it's set up very much like a classroom. And you see the Goblin Queen herself. I do. Setting almost not at a desk, but like at a throne at the head of the classroom. And she just looks utterly bewildered as Ahmad and Elijah just come running up to her and just launches themselves at her and just like wraps around her waist as she's setting. Well, you two don't look quite right today. Here you go. Your queen has snacks for you.
No, don't eat those, don't eat those, don't eat those. And Stacy's gonna like run up and try to like grab them.
Oh, yeah, give me a move test. And you're grabbing the twins? Or what are you grabbing?
The berries that she's trying to feed them.
Absolutely. Very cool. All right. Yeah, give me that move test.
1 success.
Yeah, you run up and she like pulled out like almost looks like a candy dish. It looks very similar like to the candy dish that Miss Jeffries always kept in her classroom. Just full of these berries. And you run up and you just snatch it right out of her hand. Well, that was very rude.
I know what you were trying to do. You were trying to turn them back into goblins.
Oh, that's the way we should all be. It's so much easier.
Nope. Easier isn't always better, and you're wrong.
I kind of look around the area and see if there happens to be any sort of like an apple here, because, it's the teacher.
Give me an investigate test.
Okay.
You pull a success. I'll tell you what, there is a half-eaten, partially rotten apple sitting on a desk.
And I'll say, good morning, Miss Jeffrey. You're looking pretty nice today. What are we learning?
Today you are learning how much better the world is when you just relax and give in and stop worrying.
Oh no,
I was thinking maybe we play tag. We'll have snacks after.
Oh. Tag sounds great and all, but there's also a giant metal bear coming to kill us. So, like,
It's fine.
Hey, so I couldn't help but notice that you didn't eat all that apple. Did you not like it?
I was letting it age.
Oh. Well, I could go find you another.
No. I believe your friend there has the snack that we all really need, pointing to you, Stacy. No, Stacy.
You can't have them.
That's very rude.
So I'm going to continue to switch into third person role playing. I'm going to continue to ask her questions, try and be show good manners, and see if I can start to get just to a little more idea of her motivations and like I'm also remembering who she was before this, like
Sure. Give me
one
a
of our
charm
teachers.
test.
Yeah. Okay.
And
Does
isn't
she
she the
have
one we're supposed to
one
bring the cat
earring?
earrings?
I was gonna
Yeah,
say,
yeah.
like, don't we have the
We have the
earrings
earrings
so we
for-
can
Yeah, it's been
give
a long
that
time.
to Chris
Yeah.
to help with the general niceties,
Oh, yeah.
if that'll give you bonus dice.
It definitely would. Now, presenting the earrings is definitely going to change the situation. She'll respond differently.
Okay.
So, so Chris, you're trying to get information. You're trying to get information. Give me a charm test just as it is.
Okay. Oh, dang it.
No, it's my job to figure
Hang
out
on.
what we're doing.
I'm going to use a luck point.
Okay.
A one and only for being the oldest. All right.
She just wants to protect her poor sweet kids, is essentially what you're getting. She wants to keep them safe. And she has a hand like on each of Ahmad and Eliza's shoulders. But I really need those berries before we
Yeah.
can.
What if there's something else you need?
Hey, he's got a good point. Like, we're all going home, and we need you back at home to teach us.
Just have a few
And-
berries and you'll be home here.
Well, the
We can paint.
I don't-
We can have fun, have snacks, sing and dance all day.
right, but there's like almost all the kids are going home, and we need you. And we found something of yours too.
Didn't you know?
As, yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Like everybody else is on the bus, like except for us.
And I'll hold up
you.
the earrings.
Oh, those are lovely. I love cats.
Yeah, you do. Like,
You're wearing one of them.
you tell us about Mr. Whiskers all the time, don't you, Miss Mr. Whiskers?
I don't know Mr. Whiskers.
Yeah,
She
that's
takes
your-
the earrings from you.
That's your pet. Back at home.
I bet these would look lovely on me. And she starts taking out the earrings that she has in. And she slips in these cat earrings that she's made. And just poof. There sits Miss Jeffrey. Kids, are you okay?
No, Miss
Hi,
Jeffrey.
Stacy.
I mean, define okay.
What a modern Eliza. I'm so happy you're here. And she kind of kneels down and gives the two of them a hug. And as she does, you see all three of them start turning into that blue light. But before Miss Jeffries disappears, you're the last ones.
Aakshi gives them all a hug.
Aakshi hugs them into oblivion.
Sorry, I had
She'd
to
No, I
bring it back
loved it. I
around.
love it. I like completely forgot, but that's exact. Like,
Yeah.
oh guys, I got it. Don't worry.
You're all the last ones. We'll be waiting for you on the bus.
So I assume we just do a group hug and Aakshi blue lights us all at once.
We gotta
Yeah.
go back to the bus.
She disappears.
Where is
Didn't
the bus?
we? The bus was when we went sideways through the hedgerows, right?
Yeah.
That's right.
Thank goodness we figured that one out early.
Yeah. This would be really awkward.
Before we blue light out, Akshi's gonna pull Chris aside and have a quiet conversation,
Okay.
if I might.
Sure.
I don't read so good, but I'm not stupid. I
Hmm.
think you went back for my Augie's sick.
Yeah.
I don't need you to say no to me or yes to me, but
No, I wouldn't lie. I
you
just
being
didn't wanna answer.
around is more important than Augie's sick. You know that.
Yeah. And then
I can get another hockey stick. That one was getting a little small for me anyway.
yeah. Yeah, man. No, I was also a little worried that like if it got going again, it'd catch
That's why I
us.
left it there though. So that you could get out of there.
Yeah, I know. I wasn't really thinking.
Okay, just don't do stuff like that again.
All right.
Stuff that makes you like not be around later.
Okay. Listen,
Hey, do you think I could borrow your Blockbuster card? I'm gonna see if I can get Reality Bites and see if Tiffany wants to watch it with me.
sure. Yeah, it's at home though, but yeah.
It's
Okay.
fantastic.
Cool. All right, cool. Change you outside.
Yeah, like
to
Chris
hug people into oblivion.
Chris comes back and he's like really pained, but you don't think it's by the claw marks. As that was just like really awkward for him.
As you all leave the cave, make your way back through the corn to find a hedgerow. You come across the remains of a battle site. The bear is lying there, mostly destroyed, looks very dead. And as you kind of come across the scene, you can see, I'm trying to get the exact name here. You see Remy bandaged up, sitting on top of this dead robot bear's chest. He's definitely taken a beating. But you also see the snake, kind of like curled around. Kind of
Philip
like
Hernandez Rodriguez II.
that is the name I was looking for. Like, I'm pretty sure it's Philip Hernandez Rodriguez II, but I wanted to make sure I got the words. And you can see him also cut up, kind of bandaged, and the two of them just look utterly exhausted. And they both kind of perk their heads up as you walk in. Hi, kids. We got them sorted.
We did too.
Good. Well, I mean, I hate to see you go. Your bus is waiting.
Yeah, we can give you a lift back to the barn on the way out.
Nah, we're good here. You all enjoy it.
Thanks for your help, Remy.
You got it.
Couldn't have done this without you.
Yeah, you were about to get skewered, man.
You know, we all
Good
make
move with the guitar, though.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah.
Okay, shoots Chris a very like angry look. And hearing he almost got
I remember.
skewered.
I remember a book I read when I was a kid, and I'll give Remy a cookie.
Nice. He'll take it. He'll split it in half and toss half of it to Philip.
Tiffany wants to go up to Philip Hernandez Rodriguez II.
Uh-huh.
She looks really sheepish and frustrated, and her face is kind of flushed red.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for stabbing you in the eye. I thought you were like bad and like evil and you were gonna hurt us because like more than half the things here try to, and I misjudged you, and I'm sorry.
I very much appreciate the apology. In your defense, I was kind of being a dick, but I do look amazing with this eye patch. He's got like a old pirate's eye patch
You
on his
do.
set.
You look really badass, just
Thanks.
so you know. Yeah. So we're cool then?
Absolutely. And he puts his little tail up for like a high five.
And she'll go in and she'll okay. Yeah, that's right. It's 1993. We didn't do fist bumps yet.
No fist bumps yet. Yeah.
Lots of gnarly and high fives. So
Yeah.
I think
She'll turn around to the group as she's like walking past, like, oh, like it's weird. I kind of feel good. Is this what apologizing does? Makes you feel better about yourself too? Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
You all make it to
Learning
the
something.
Yeah. You all make it to the hedgerows. Do you go through sideways?
Of course.
And you find yourself, as soon as you push through sideways, just a little ways from the bus. You can hear the engine running. You can see all the kids in it. You can see Miss Jeffrey kind of walking up and down the aisle. And you can see Mr. Hallisey sitting in the driver's seat. He sees you and he waves you. Like, come on. And you see that door slide open. Do you go in?
Get on the bus.
You get on the bus, Miss Jeffrey. Oh, I'm so glad you made it. All the other kids are saying hi to you, very much themselves. Miss Jeffrey gives you each a hug. And, all right, go ahead and get in your seats. It's time to head home.
Trent
And
would get in his seat and almost instinctively pull out his Game Boy because that's what he always did when he was sitting on the bus. And then he would realize like everything that's happened and just put the Game Boy back and kind of look out the window.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And Tiffany will actually, and this could be whoever, but Tiffany will actually sit next to one of you. Whereas in the beginning, she didn't. So even if it's just Trent, she flops down next to.
Just Trent?
When I said it, I heard it coming out, and that's not how I intended. Sorry. But like, no, she sits down next to somebody, like just this, not even thinking about it. Like she just sits down there, so like, and just like breathes really heavily, like, oh my God, finally. Oh.
All right.
And I would like to petition for that to be Stacy because Stacy has been really wanting to go home.
That's fair. As the door closes and the bus drives off, and that's where we wrap the campaign.
Yay.
Hey, we're going home.
Good job, everyone.
That's amazing.
Good job to you, Chuck. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was great.
Really fun idea for a campaign.
Yeah. So we're not going to do closing plugs. We did it at the beginning. So thank you, everyone, for watching. Thank you all for playing. I'm going to go ahead and end this, but just the story's not quite over. So enjoy yourselves. Goodbye.